Hey, what's up team, and welcome to the 5-minute guide for the Survival Hunter. The Survival Hunter fights alongside its pet and utilizes various hunting techniques to capture and kill its prey, with technical prowess. It's a fairly complex spec with multiple different playstyles based on talents and Azerite traits, but I'm going to cover the main single target spec. There are two main talent builds for the Survival Hunter, one for Mythic Plus and one for Raids. The Mythic Plus build uses Wildfire Infusion to make our Wildfire Bomb much more effective at AoE, and the Raid build, along with the Azerite trait Blur of Talons, uses the talent Birds of Prey to extend the duration of our cooldown and increase our single target damage. The Survival Hunter works around generating focus with Kill Command and spending it with Mongoose Bite on a basic level, with a bunch of extra stuff thrown in there just to confuse the heck out of us. In this section I want to go over two things that require a bit more thought than just press and forget. Firstly, Mongoose Bite. Mongoose Bite is a hard ability to use well as it works in quite a unique way. Upon casting our first Mongoose Bite, we'll get a buff for 14 seconds that will cause our next Mongoose Bite to be 15% stronger, which can stack up to 5 times. Casting the next Mongoose Bite, however, does not refresh the duration of the buff, so the idea is that we have to be ready when we hit the first one to get as many as we possibly can within the next 14 seconds. This is crucial to doing good damage as a Survival Hunter, so try to be relatively high on focus when you hit that first Mongoose Bite that will get the buff rolling. The next thing I want to go over is for the AoE build only, and it's also pretty unique and complex, and it comes with the talent Wildfire Infusion. It causes our Wildfire Bomb to become 3 different types of Wildfire Bomb, which all work in different ways and are picked randomly and shuffle whenever you throw one. The first of the 3 variants is the Shrapnel Bomb. This one will cause our Carve and Mongoose Bite to put a bleed on the target for 6 seconds after we throw it, stacking up to 3 times. To make optimal use of this, we want to make sure that we have enough focus to get at least 3 Mongoose Bites off in the 6 seconds after we throw it. This is usually around 70. Next we have Pheromone Bomb. This one will cause our Kill Command to be guaranteed to reset upon use for 6 seconds after we throw it, causing it to be infinitely spammable throughout this duration. To make optimal use out of this one, we want to be dumping focus just before we use it. Ideally be as low as possible before you hit it, then start spamming Kill Command. And finally, for Wildfire Infusion Bombs we have Volatile Bomb. This one will cause our Serpent Sting dot to refresh on any targets it hits. So, to get optimal use out of it, we want to be casting it on targets that have a low duration remaining on their Serpent Sting. Keep in mind that it's very hard to use these bombs optimally, so try not to sit on 2 charges for too long. Just bloody throw them if you have to. These are just the ideal ways to use them. Now that we're done going over the more complex aspects of the spec, let's cover what we should be doing in our moment-to-moment single target rotation as survival. And this will be assuming that we have the Birds of Prey talent, which means we will not have the multicolored bombs in our rotation. So, for single target we want to be casting Coordinated Assault on cooldown, casting Kill Command whenever it will not focus cap us, then casting Wildfire Bomb on cooldown, making sure to let the 6-second dot tick before casting another. Keep the Serpent Sting dot on the target at all times and use Mongoose Bite to spend focus, remembering the way the buff works and making sure that you have ample focus to get as many as you can in the buff window. Keep in mind that while Coordinated Assault is up, Mongoose Bite becomes the highest priority regardless of the stack, and we don't want to be casting anything other than that whenever possible to extend the duration as much as we can. And that's it for single target. Doesn't seem super complex, but trust me, when you're in the moment and you're trying to make the most out of the Mongoose Bite stacks, it can get pretty frantic. Next we have AoE, and for survival we now have to think about those different coloured bombs, making use of those as best we can, as well as pressing Carve whenever possible to refresh the duration of Wildfire Bomb. Other than that, we want to be using Kill Command on as many unique targets as possible, and keeping the Serpent Sting dot on as many targets as we can that will live the duration, dumping extra focus with Mongoose Bite. As you can tell, this is where the spec gets pretty hard to manage. Next let's go over the opener for survival, and it's not too difficult. First, on pull we want to apply Serpent Sting, then cast Wildfire Bomb, then activate Coordinated Assault, cast 1 Mongoose Bite, then 1 Kill Command, and then continue the rotation as normal. The idea behind the opener is to pretty much hit everything once and get it all on cooldown and get it all rolling. After that we can continue as normal with everything ready to go, remembering that our goal is still not to overcap on focus. The Survival Hunter is one of the hardest specs I've played in recent times, with managing the Mongoose Bite stacks and the Wildfire Infusion bomb types, as well as applying and maintaining Serpent Sting on everything and using Kill Command. It has a very busy rotation. However, it can be very fun and satisfying once you get to know how it works. Anyway team, that has been the Survival Hunter, a spec which I personally want to put more time into learning and getting better at, and one that I feel might have a bright future once Blizzard figures out what they want to do with it. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to say hi, I'm live 6 nights a week over at twitch.tv/Jactus. I hope you all enjoyed, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one.